Hello, everyone. Welcome back
Hi.
to a slightly more awake me here to run the game. Avatar Legends. Greetings from Republic City. Um, Next order of business that I remind myself to do now that my double shifts are over is to actually install the voice mod so I can do the old timey radio. Greetings from Republic City! As for the
It wasn't
recaps.
terrible.
No, it wasn't. I have actually practiced it in the car to and from work, so. But I think the voice changer would
Yeah,
be
bug
cool.
on your windshield.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's the best place to practice your voice acting, by the way, in the car. Just like pretending to do the voices you hear coming through the radio, just rereading their stuff back. Because, you're in a safe space where nobody else can see you except the guy who's driving just a little too closely on the side. And he's like, what the hell are they talking about? But yeah, anyways. Yeah, much higher energy from me than last week because I'm awake. It's fine. But I also have all of these wonderful players here today. Janny is actually here. She's just hiding, so we're just going to use the character image in their place today. Just like last week, we will do short intros for everybody and who they are playing, recap, game, break, game, long outros, and then we are done. So, same order as last week, just going down left to right. So, please, Mimi, take it away.
I'm Mimi. I play Sayaka, who may or may not be dragged away by, guards today. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Otherwise, I've kind of just been living, nothing really to report on my side.
Alrighty, down on to Anna.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival, does funny most places on the internet. And I play Yuka of the Northern Water Tribe, who is a waterbender, and is currently unaware of the bomb, but I think the only one in the party trained to deal with technology. So, we'll see what happens.
See what happens. From there, we shoot on across and up to Sin.
Hey y'all, I'm Crimson Galaxy. I'm gonna be playing Ihani, and she's an awakened airbender that her parents were actually part of the original Equalist movement.
Down on complications. Down on to Shay.
Hello everyone, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch and Twitter. I'm playing and regretting my choice in name, because I keep getting confused. I'm playing Sin. And Earthbender.
And last but not least, Jenny.
Hi, I'm Janie. I play Lily, a firebender who I guess doesn't know what's happening right now.
Nope, they're currently eating a corn dog. But that being said, who wants to do our recap before we jump into our firebender's morning routine?
Not it.
Not it.
I found a bomb and played throwing knife games. That was the highlight of my session.
Okay, but recap.
We get the bed scene too.
Last time we got to see the morning routine of everybody waking up and going about their just regular lives and having a few conversations with one another, or family members, and then traveled to go to Harmony Day and enjoy the festivities and wait for the speech and play some games and just and yeah, that.
Okay, but I heard something about bomb.
There is potentially a bomb, yes.
There's definitely potentially.
Potentially, you confirmed it.
I confirmed it to the audience.
That's fair. Good point.
But yeah, so there is potentially a bomb under the stage to where Miss President Moon is about to give a speech. The group, who we cannot call Team Avatar because you did not have an avatar on the team, because they strangely didn't give rules for making an avatar in this version. A lot of
They mention it loosely, but they say that that's not the intention of the game.
Yeah.
So they don't recommend it.
it's true.
You would only have to have one person being the avatar anyway.
It's just interesting that like fan versions of it have always had rules for playing an avatar, and they're just, because it's the avatar, they're vastly broken, and it's like, this doesn't seem fun because it would overshadow everybody else. But yeah, no. So we gotta think of what your guys' name actually is. Task Force 5. Done. No. We'll figure it out.
Easy. Go for it.
It's Task Force Platypus Bear. Also, there was a retcon request. Sen's mask is no longer whatever they initially pitched. It's now a Badgermole. Because, yes, I remember. That
I
being,
don't remember what mine was.
I'm
Me
sure Shay
either.
does, because she handed them out.
No.
Memory is something that I lack.
Who remembers? Yeah, no, I literally woke up today and I was like, it's Monday again. It's Monday again.
At some point, I'd like to have the character art displayed on the Twitch stream.
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
because I drew them.
Because you drew them. No, that's fair. Actually, I feel like I had started doing that and then I got distracted, which is something that's fairly normal for me. Hey, while that's happening, we're going to shift back from the reveal of the bomb that may potentially be a bomb, but for right now, Yuka is only seeing a strange crate conveniently positioned fairly close to where the podium is that President Moon is speaking under. And as a military medic, even a military medic, and somebody who has especially seen war, will recognize this.
It's Sen who's under there.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm getting it confused because you were talking about doing the diffusing. Sen is under. Sen, however, is part of the Republic City Police Department, so they probably have seen their share of bombs, with several triads and recent bombing issues having happened throughout the city quite a bit. So maybe they have some basic bomb defusal understanding. But what's important is they recognize that a lone box directly under a stage near the podium where a speaking official should not be there. So it's probably suspicious. And with that in mind, the camera instead zooms away from this scenario and we see the several hours before, and it's the opening morning for our missing companion. And as it zooms back in, we see what Lily's residence would be. Lily, what does your home look like, and what is your morning routine?
My home it's just a small place that's kind of in the basement of something else. There's a few family members that live there. But in the morning you don't actually see Lily there. It's like all sparsely decorated, and you see just equipment like weapons or uniform equipment for this kind of, it's like all red and gold things, and there's a couple of crates with some artifacts that they're protecting, but in Lily's room you actually see it empty, and you see her come in through the window, and she You could tell she's out of breath, but she comes in through the window. She puts on her workout outfit, and then she comes out to get breakfast with her family, which looks like they've all already done their workouts. They're strapping gear on, and they just kind of nod to Lily, who looks like she's been working out, but she really just snuck in.
Mm-hmm. For the sake of, say we were treating this like a TV show, do we get any like glimpses of where Lily may have been when she snuck back in, or is this a later reveal that the audience will get?
You get a glimpse when I think one of her parents says good morning and asks how the workout was, and you see Lily in a little, I want to say the little cottage right outside, like in the outskirts, and she's there with another woman, and they're eating breakfast, and they go out for a nice walk, and it's clear that she's got this whole other life that they don't know about, and she's out of breath because she was running back so that nobody would know that she was gone overnight.
So it was very much a productive morning, and then we flashed
Yes.
all of this stuff, and Lily's like, oh yes, very productive. Nice, I like it. Okay. And so, aside from the general sneaking in, because I imagine that if that's the case, that Lily's family is probably very early risers and early exercisers.
Yes, they're up before sunrise every morning.
Yeah. The group had the plan of meeting up for the Harmony Festival around midday. What is Lily doing to keep herself busy until that point?
She does some forums with her family, just working on their weapon usage, and then they have her cataloging some artifacts and crates.
Okay.
She looked very, very bored and cannot wait for time to go and join everyone.
Yeah, let's focus on that. Who all family wise is here with Lily? I don't need like deep intricate names because we can make that up as we go. But like, general mother, father, cousin, grandpa, grandma. Like, who all is here?
Her mother, her father, both sets of grandparents, and like 4 or 5 various cousins, and they're all really, really seem to be work focused. It doesn't seem like a very fun place, but it's just they're all really into their work, which is these artifacts and protecting them.
Okay, and cousins but not siblings.
Oh, you know what? 2 siblings.
Cousins and 2
A
siblings.
sis-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yes, sister and a brother.
Okay. All right. Quick notes for reference. Cool. Big family.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of like when Bolin and Mako meet their family, and there's like 20 people all crammed into a space. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but it's very neat space because they're just so boring, but well, it's not fair to call a family boring.
That's the appearance they put on for sure. So let's focus on the scene of cataloging and moving around these artifacts. So Lily, as you're moving one of these boxes, one of your grandfathers is there as well. He's helping. You guys are kind of carting one of these crates filled with an artifact in it, and he kind of walks over and taps the lid of the box, and he says, crate 457. Do you remember what's inside of here?
It's in my notes.
It's in your notes, but not in your heart. And he raises an eyebrow at you, and it's a very old, bushy eyebrow.
Oh, well, it was, but I had to catalog the other crates first, and those are also in my heart, and it's overflowing.
He gives you a very toothy smile, and he says, "It is all right, Lily. Not everything needs to be remembered. Only the important things." And he sets his hand on the crate and he says, "Inside here is a ancient relic from the Earth Kingdom. It is said to be a claw from a dragon turtle." And I'm going to stop trying to do that accent because it's annoying. It is the claw from a dragon turtle, and it was believed that this was one of the primordial beings that brought the power of bending to the world. Merely rumor and speculation, but it is a rare and ancient find for our family to safeguard.
Yeah, it's definitely safe.
Do you remember how big it is?
About a little smaller. Sorry, a little smaller than the box.
Appropriately.
It's fine.
An appropriately
It's
educated guess. And as the camera gets the perspective shot of how big the box is, it's probably just a little smaller than Lily is height-wise, because dragon turtles are very large creatures. He says, "This box contains a single claw. Imagine the size of this great being. The power it
I don't
could
have to
wield."
catalog that, do I? We don't have like a giant dragon turtle stored away somewhere in the back, do we?
Perhaps. Maybe we could go on a cataloging mission soon to see.
You know, my brother was really looking forward to doing that with you.
I was not aware.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I've got plans today too.
I like it. Let's see how convincing you can be to try and pass the buck on to your brother. I feel like this is a trick roll because it's actually being
Yes.
deceiving and not you trying to do a fancy trick like I keep thinking it is.
No, she's just being deceiving. She does trying to get her brother to do the work. So what am I rolling? What do I?
So on your sheet there is the trick, and it says you roll with creativity.
Okay. That's not what I want. Yeah, I hope I do this correctly.
We'll do it together.
Did that roll?
It did. Is there 0 in your creativity?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, it looks like everything's okay. And also, that's incredible because you rolled a 6 and a 5, which is near the maximum you could get with your amount. But it is a hit and a full success. So, when trying to trick somebody on a hit, they fall for it and do what you want them for the moment, which is good because when you mention your brother and his interest in wanting to deep catalog, he says, I did not realize that your brother had taken such a keen interest in this. It was usually our venture together, but I will seek him out if that is the case.
Yes, he's really interested in it, and I, partially because of my other responsibilities today, it's very important that I actually have to leave really soon, so I'm not late.
You do notice that he only looks mildly disappointed that you didn't want to spend this time with him, but he tries not to show it. And so with that, he says, I will find your brother. Go on. You are relieved for the day.
Thank you, grandfather. And Lily's going to get out of there as fast as she can.
Yeah, and I feel like that probably takes most of your day. And so you're rushing now to get to the Harmony Festival. Just a little bit behind everybody else. Are there any other stops that Lily makes before trying to reconnect with the others?
When she doesn't have time to go back out to the little home outside of the city, so she's just going to like run, and then she'll see something to eat and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to say a corn dog, but
You could just get some street corn. I was trying to think of a creative.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a creative. No, not street corn. You get street cabbage.
my gosh.
It's a kimchi, but it's like little food carts that fry it up and put the like street corn spices on it, and they flash fry it so it's nice and quick and edible, and it's freaking delicious.
Can she get that? And can she get a drink that happens to be in a white and green container
Yes,
that might have caffeine in it?
certainly.
I'm not going to say what it is because we don't have that in this game. But
No, but
yeah, she's got that white and green cup that people have sometimes when they're really late.
yeah. No, actually, here's the thing. So, it's not the white and green cup. It's actually a white and blue cup, and
Okay, white and blue.
the emblem has a picture of a stylized Varric holding up two platypus bear paws instead of tails, and so it's Varric Industries' newest venture, Go Juice.
I love it.
Go juice.
Yeah. Yep, Go Juice. He didn't have Julie to help him make a proper name, so he called it Go Juice. And it's all the rage amongst industry workers and the younger populations, and so he is just absolutely stoked about how much money he's going to make off of this new venture. He says he's not too keen on it himself. He's more of a tea man, but he's not going to really make a divide between the Go Juice drinkers and the tea drinkers.
I love it.
Yeah. Gonna need some fan art of this too. Varric Industries Go Juice. All right. So at that, Lily has proceeded to run and scarf and drink, and has made their way through the crowd. And just for the sake of getting everybody back together, in time for the next inciting actions, Lily, you arrive at the back end of the crowd, starting to look for your friends, as President Moon's speech is set to begin. As this is happening, this is probably when you first notice that Sayaka is near the stage, but is currently being escorted away from said stage by a very disgruntled looking individual. They're the first one to point out because they're the one who's currently in trouble.
I'm being rather rambunctious and annoying about the whole situation. I'm like,
It's-
you got this all wrong. What?
Yeah, it's probably not helping.
Where are we going? Where am I? Where are you taking me? Like, what's going on here?
Just away from the stage. We don't need rabble rousers causing a scene.
Oh, I've got your drink. I'm gonna just call out.
Oh, well, look, I can go over there. They're talking to me.
Yeah, I've been looking. We were supposed to meet here.
She's with you?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We're just friends hanging out.
All right, then. You all go hang out over there. And he kind of gestures for you guys to go further back away from the
Okay,
stage.
can you hold my drink for a minute while I get my stuff together,
He just kind of stares at you.
please? And
There's very much that long stare, like this is not my job. And when you say please, there's an eye roll, and he holds out his hand.
Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Oh my god. So as soon as he grabs her drink, I knock it into his face and run for the stage.
Okay. Please roll me a. Actually, what do you feel that this should be? Because I want to see. I want to see what you got.
Let me look at what I have going on here, and I will give you
Why?
the answer.
What do you got going on here?
What,
It's only been minutes
to
since I
what
said
end?
Yeah.
I do not see how this isn't to push your luck.
It is definitely
I
push your
definitely-
luck.
Yeah, I that's
But
where I
then
feel,
I
but I wanted to
think-
see if there was something else for it.
Yeah,
my
I
poor
think,
drink.
I think push your luck is definitely the right answer here.
You know how long she stood in line for that go juice?
I mean, at this point, send safety is more important. All
I was
right.
late because
I
of that.
haven't even gotten to the box yet.
She's not even in danger yet.
Yeah, but I said I had your back, and I don't while I'm being escorted away. Also, oh no, conflict is fun. Let's do this. Oh goodness, what I roll.
Mixed success. Okay,
Okay.
so we're pushing our luck with a mixed success, which is always a good sign. Oh, it only tells me what happens with a
Costs
success.
you to scrape by. It costs me. Would that be like a shift in my balance? Because I was leaning care, and I used a lot of force there. So.
I have to tell you what it's going to cost you. So this is the way I see this playing out. Lily, you set the go juice in his hands, and as he kind of reluctantly starts to hold it, there's that quick action from Sayaka, who just does one of these and just baps it, and it goes up and just directly into his face. The go juice is still fairly fresh, and it's hot, but
Oh no.
yeah, and more to the point, it's the firebender's go juice, so she probably has been keeping it hot instead of it, getting less hot over time. So we probably have that just to make the scene look better. We have this brief flashback where Lily gives it just a little quick top off with some fire to keep it hot before this scene had happened. So it's at a nice scalding temperature. So when the go juice splashes this man in the face, the costing you is that the scene is going to get much more serious, because now you have a man screaming in agony as he's been scalded by hot go juice, has been scalded by hot go juice, and as he grips his face and he calls out in pain, this is when everybody else hears this sudden cry out. Both security, both President Moon, both Varric, both all of you. I don't know how both works in that situation, but we have this moment where all of the different camera angles all cross in little pie chart slices across the screen as everybody turns to regard this, including the entire crowd, who have gone silent to just stare at Sayaka, Lily, and this poor man who's doubled over onto his knees, clutching his face.
Is
My
this a
poor drink.
success? Because now there's so I guess what happens is I say, Lily, I'll explain later.
Do not bring this
I
attention
waited
to
20
me.
minutes for that. I waited 20 minutes for that drink.
Look, I'll stay here. Sen is under the stage. Can you go help her out? If I
not
leave,
bring
they're
this
going to
stage.
pursue me. I think I need to stay here now. Didn't know it was hot.
Yes, but I waited 20 minutes for that drink. Do
Let's
not forget
go.
that.
Let's go.
We should discuss this coffee right now
Yeah,
while this man
we'll
is.
talk later. Go make sure Sen's okay.
How much time do I have before this chaos happens?
Not long, but why don't we focus on that? So, just shortly before this scream, you probably don't have long to devise an action, but tell me what the intent is when you first notice this strange box.
Well, my intent is to get this box out of here because I don't know what it is, but I know it's not supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And my thought was I was just gonna grab it and then do what Bolin did in season 4 and earth bend it deeper into a little pocket.
Okay,
So
I
it's
like
a
that
little
idea.
safer.
Yeah, I like that idea. So you're gonna need to make a roll for me then to do that.
Yeah, huh. This is I'm changing the environment, so I think it's a fashion roll. If I can find it. Would it be seize a position, advance to a new location?
Advanced, just because I'm sure it's wrong, but in my head, advancing to a new location is advancing you, or you advancing this bomb to a new location. But
Or establish an advantageous position.
let's go with that one,
Okay.
because the advantageous position would be not being blown up.
Mm-hmm. Can I push my luck?
Is that what allows you to reroll?
I don't know.
Then I don't think so.
Hang on. Where is it? Should have had this pulled up.
I don't think they have a mechanic for re-rolling. How?
I do feel like that would be like a defending maneuver roll too, because you're trying to defend against the bomb, right?
Well, we're not in combat, so it's usually when you're not in combat, it's either rely on your skills and training or push your luck, and it's one of the two, depending on whether or not you're trained in the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So earthbending would be something you're trained in.
Okay.
Where is it though?
What are you looking for?
The basic moves. I don't see.
Oh, did you see the PDF she sent?
I have it pulled up.
Rely on your skills and training. You rely on your skills and training to overcome obstacles, gain new insights, perform. Roll with focus.
Focus.
Yeah, it says rely on your skills and training is an actual basic move. It's third category down. So you roll with focus. So I'll allow you to re-roll it. Hit. Okay. On a hit, you do it. On a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. Accept those consequences or mark 1 fatigue.
Okay.
Okay. So, kind of the same thought pattern that I was going for. You set your earthbending stance, you slide your foot, the earth underneath this crate starts to shift and drop down. You take it down several feet. You're not a bomb disposal expert, but you imagine that if you put enough earth between it and the stage, it should hopefully not make things worse. And as you do this, your technique is hasty and a little sloppy, and because of that, the sudden drop jostles the explosives within the crate. And so as you go to close the proverbial lid over top this area, that's when it sets off prematurely. And so it's going to. What's going to happen is it's not going to be closed all the way when it detonates. It's not going to destroy the stage or cause any damage to the stage, but you might get hurt from the exploding debris.
Oh, that's acceptable.
But you could mark one fatigue and say it'll close.
So I take fatigue anyway.
Pretty much.
Pretty
And
much.
maybe the going, nah, let's take the fatigue is the exertion of pushing it more will tire you out. You can either take some minor injuries from an actual explosion or close it up.
Where's fatigue? You know what? Sure.
It's the same either way, right?
Pretty much. I close it up.
Okay. Yeah, the extra effort of pushing it and closing it, as this man screams out in agony, it's enough to muffle the very soft boom, but not the ground-shaking rumble of this explosive going off underneath the stage, and where people's surprise from the assault on a security guard had people a little concerned. The sound of an explosion, albeit muffled, jolts people's attention more clearly, and that's when the whistles of the Republic City Police entering the area goes off as the situation has become more serious. Several metal benders appear and descend from their hiding locations, stealthy locations, observation points around the stage. The snaps of the metal spider banding them down as they four-man surround the president and then quickly cart her off to safety, as well as the arrival of none other than Lin Bei Fong, who drops down on the stage as well, and she looks tired because she's been through a lot. She's probably newly back from a vacation and needing to have had some time away from all of the shit she's been put through. But now she sees that Republic City is in danger again, and so as she stands on stage, she says, "People, don't panic. I need everybody to disperse now while we investigate what that sound was. And somebody get that man some water." Two metal benders have also landed besides Sayaka, and they do not look happy with her for having assaulted somebody in public.
Now, is there a chance that I know any of these metal benders, or they know of me as being part of a task force or anything?
Do you really want them to know you're a part of a task force right now?
Not if we're undercover.
Yeah, because right this second it'll be inconvenient, but later on it'll get me out of trouble, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so yeah, all right. Let's have another push your luck roll. As you're like, whoa, same team, guys, same team, and with the man still just on the ground beside you, like, hey, I'm part of a task force, and I'm supposed to be here.
So Lily's checking the Go Juice cup to see if there's anything left.
There's nothing left, and as you kneel down to check the cup, one of the officers just puts a firm, don't go anywhere, hand on your shoulder as well.
Can you get me another Go Juice, officer?
Yeah, we'll get you another Go Juice at the precinct, and then you feel both your
A
wrists.
go to jail juice.
you feel both of your wrists quickly get bound in the steel that they use to wrap around, especially benders, to keep them
All right.
restrained.
All right, but can you get my order correct, please?
He just kind of pauses, and he's like, "Chief, we got a sassy one over here."
No, I want my Go Juice. I'm not being sassy. I just wanted the juice. How is this being sassy?
And so As you're asking this, he's kind of just rolled his eyes again. That seems to be a normal response. But Chief Beifong steps down and she says, "What's the meaning of this? Who are you and why are you trying to attack the president?"
This is what
We're on
This
a
what
task force for the president. We were trying to make sure there was nothing under the stage, but obviously the guard wouldn't let us do that. I guess they did their job too well.
And she
'Cause
looks
we couldn't
down.
get to it, and now we're here.
She looks down at the guard. She looks down at the guard. She looks down looks at you. She probably looks down at you because I imagine Lynn is tall. She probably looks down at you and she says, "So you thought the solution to doing your job was to attack the security here?"
I had to move. We had limited time, as you can tell. I'm not trying to be smart with you, but my situation was not exactly the best. I had to make do on the fly.
She crosses her arms and does her telltale scowl, and she says, "Yeah, I can see you're not trying to be smart. Come along." And she gestures for the two of them to haul the two of you off.
Okay, but I still need my drink.
You'll get your drink. And
Thank
your
you.
phone call. And so, hey
I don't need a
Yuka!
call. I just want my drink.
Hey Yuka! Hey Ahani! What have you two been doing while this is happening?
As they're getting pulled off, I think I have my mask down because I know better than to blow our cover in a crowd that possibly has Equalist in it. But I do rush up and say, "I'm a medic. I can help." To where they have the guard who was injured by my rash teammates, who I do not say I'm with.
Yeah. And she says, she kind of looks you over, and she says, "All right, take a look at him, but we're watching you as well. Not in a like threatening kind of way, but just we just heard a bomb go off and the situation seems weird. Just help this man, please." And so she gives you space to do so as the two police officers start to cart your friends away.
So Lily's like, as they're doing that, she is fully giving her drink order.
Yeah, and I imagine they're like, yeah, we totally got it down. You don't need to worry. We're gonna get that for you. They don't get it for you. Would you like to roll to try and heal this man? It is very clear that he is suffering from scalding burns.
Yeah, this will be rely on skills and training. This is my mastered waterbender healing. Let's see how angry roll 20 was at me tonight.
Just do a pilot roll. It's fine. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay. Let me take a peek at that miss real quick. Nope, that's the wrong.
It'll be a long night.
It's gonna be a long night.
Glad I didn't try to disarm that bomb.
Especially with that roll. Okay. It only tells me what happens on a hit. Okay. So you spend the time, you draw the water out of whatever receptacle you keep it in, and you bring it up to his face, but in that careful, delicate water-bending way that while it envelops his face, it doesn't restrict like his nose, so he can still breathe. And the water starts to glow with its quick healing properties, and it's not a failure in the sense that it didn't work, but it's not a success in the sense that he's not instantly healed. This is probably something that's going to have lasting damage, but you've at least eased the pain for now.
I will say that to whoever's there, like with him, whoever seems responsible for him, that it's gonna take time. There's gonna need a lot more healing than this.
Chief Beifong nods and signals for President Moon's security detail to come and collect him, and she says, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm going to get to the bottom of this. That woman said there was something going on at the stage, and I'm going to investigate. Hey, Ahani, what have you been up to?
As we're gonna be
Well-
back in like 1 minute.
I believe that Ihani was mingling amongst the crowd, and I think before this whole fiasco blew up, she was just like trying to talk to people about their problems, and upon hearing that mini explosion and seeing the guy with severe burns on his face, she is just gonna go right up to Lynn and be like, hey, Tenzin told me about you. Discreetly airbend just like a little tornado between my hands to show her that I'm with the air temple. What can I do to help? And I would like to roll my move whatever I can.
Okay. Yeah, when you mentioned Tenzin, there's the brief habitual reflex to start being angry, but as we, the audience, know, she's worked past those feelings, and so there's the quick flash of wanting to be angry and then realizing she has no reason to be angry with him anymore, and there's the acceptance and recognition that you're an airbender and from the air temple, and that you are here to be helpful and can help. And she says, help keep the crowd back. You guys are good at conflict resolution and maintaining calm, orderly whatevers. I just need you to make sure nobody else tries to get onto that stage or upset the security forces here.
Okay.
I appreciate.
Should I roll on it just so I can get the +1 ongoing if I succeed?
Yeah, certainly. I'm fine with that. Also, hun, do you want to drink while I'm in the refrigerator?
Sure, I'll take a mic.
Okay. Little break of the immersion there, but I'm thirsty.
Da-da-da.
Full success.
Full success.
Sponsor us, Mike's.
What does the full success entail? Is it just the +1 forward, or is there more for it?
When you spend time talking to the locals about their problems, roll with harmony. On a hit, you hear about the most significant and serious problem at hand. The GM will tell you who it affects and what is the cause. On a 10+, you can ask a follow-up question about the problem or cause. You take +1 ongoing when you act on the answer. On a miss, you wind up creating a whole new problem with your ideas and questions.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to avoid the direct, obvious answer that the most pressing thing going on right now was the assault on a security officer. And instead, as Ahani goes out to more mingle with the crowd and keep them under control, you start talking to people, and while you identified yourself discreetly as an airbender to just Chief Beifong, the people here don't know that you're an airbender. And as you're talking to them about what's going on and how everybody needs to stay back, and I'm sure it's not going to affect what's going on here. They just got to figure out what the heck happened, and so you end up overhearing two people talking, and it seems like the two that are talking seem more upset that whatever this impromptu plan was has disrupted what they were working on. And so it's more of that, like, we need to reconvene and figure this out because something messed up what we were about to do.
That sounds significant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna motion to one of. I'm gonna slip back now that I've talked to the crowd, and just work my way back over to one of the officers that was like at the right hand of Lynn, because I imagine she already went under the stage to investigate. And just been like, and just tell them, like keeping my eye, like my peripheral vision on the people who are talking, so it doesn't look like I'm looking at them, but it like I can still see where they're going.
Yeah,
And
it does,
just like,
oh, I was gonna say, it doesn't look like they plan to stick around. It's very much that we need to fall back and regroup kind of situation. But you have eyes on them as they're starting to leave.
and I'm just gonna tell one of the police officers, I think I may see some perpetrators, and I'm gonna follow them so I can get more information, if y'all can keep the crowd back. And I am going to tail the people.
Alrighty. At this point, while this is trying to keep just the sequence of events moving for everybody, Sen, it's at this point that everything has kind of started to die down. You can hear the telltale loud orders and authoritative voice of Chief Beifong giving directions and instructions to the other police officers. And it's not long before the flap in the front of the podium, or not the podium, the stage, before the stage is lifted up, and you're greeted by the veteran face of the chief of police. And she looks and she says, "Sen, you're not on the security detail today. What are you doing here?"
Chief, and I salute. Well, I didn't know what was in the box when I saw the box, but I knew it wasn't supposed to be there, so I sent it as far down
Slow
as I
down.
could.
What box?
And she'll, I put my hand on the ground and just go, and earth bends the hole open.
And when you pull it back, there is very much just a bigger hole than the one you had made, where the explosion had gotten off, the kinetic force of it, mostly having pushed upward into you, and the rock shrapnel that has embedded itself into the wood platforms and area around you. She says, "Well, I suppose we have you to thank for preventing something much worse. We have 2 suspects in custody right now. One of them had assaulted the security before they could get onto the stage to attack the president."
Oh. I hope it wasn't Kashi. Is he okay?
Well, if it's who I think it is, he was 2 weeks from retirement, so
Oh no.
hopefully it won't be too bad for him.
Alright, I am gonna guess that there's not a whole lot left to inspect down there, but should we take a look anyway?
That's some good police work. Tell me what you find.
Yes, ma'am. And I will, I'll earth stride down the hole. Just kind of like spiral my way down.
Yep. So give me a roll to check the area. Assess the situation.
That's a good one to roll.
Situations.
Situation.
Give me just a general spot roll, please.
Wow. Oh my god. It's fine.
Yeah, you get down there and you start to look around, and whether it was the bomb itself, the confined space, or that you literally dropped a bunch of earth on top of it as it exploded. Whatever evidence you were hoping to find is probably destroyed. So there's nothing usable here for your police work in being able to find, who might be responsible for this. There's clearly evidence of an explosive being in there, but the packing straw and the box itself is basically destroyed. It would take more extensive forensic analysis that you're not trained in to maybe figure out more information and clues. But if there was anything just left casually, because some groups, when they do nefarious things like that, leave little monikers to be able to claim credit for what happened. But if there was anything like that here, it's gone.
Well, that sucks.
Did you find anything?
No, ma'am.
I'll get back up here. We're going to need a statement.
And I will make my way back up. Get the full report.
Yuka, it's about this time that you see the two of them come from underneath the stage.
Yeah, I think I'm off to the side by myself, leaning against the stage, trying to catch my breath. I think the reason that her healing failed was that seeing these burns, she was in the Northern Water Tribe Navy, and during the Battle of the Northern Encampment saw wounds from explosions after the Avatar's team went through, that she had to deal with some of her fellow soldiers. So I think that's probably why she faltered on that heal. So she's off by herself currently, trying to catch her breath.
Yeah, some very intense flashbacks. I wish there was like a keep it together role. But would you say that this maybe takes you a little off balance?
It could, but
Maybe a condition?
I think condition works well.
Not insecure, but I feel like guilty's not the appropriate one, but it's that it very much the PTSD feeling that's making you feel doubt and stress from having to relive these memories. So I think for the sake of it, the closest thing is insecure.
That makes sense. Because that penalizes skills and training, so it fits with.
Okay. The two of them step forward, and Chief Beifong offers you a respectful bow, and she says, "I didn't have the chance to thank you for stepping in to help this man when he got injured. It's good to see regular citizens doing their part to help around here as well."
Yeah, I did the best I could. It's going to take a lot more healing to start, at least.
Well, I hope you'll be fine. This is one of my best officers, Sayaka. She's going to be writing a statement about what happened, and she's going to take your statement down as well. And it's definitely not convenient plot device to keep the two of you together.
Sin, not Sayaka.
I'm sorry, it is Sen.
I was about
It's
to
okay.
say, wait.
This is Sayaka! She's one of my best officers and now a terrorist.
And I'm like,
Sen.
flailing my arms, like, you'll hear about this from my boss, President Mo-"
Is Lily able to try to plead her case or assess the situation to see who she should plead to?
Absolutely.
Which one should I do?
Which one do you feel would help more?
Perhaps assess to see who she should talk to.
Yeah. So when you're gonna assess, you will roll with creativity, and it's gonna give you a couple of questions that you can ask to gain some more information about what's going on.
Okay, did that roll?
Hasn't come up yet.
Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Oh. Creativity.
There it is. So that is a 5, which is a failure. So you're asking a bunch of questions, and you're trying to get some answers from them. And as they bring you over to the saddle wagon, the officer who's walking you in says, I don't think we had the chance to explain this to you, but you do have the right to remain silent. And he closes the door before they go around to get into the vehicle.
I'm sorry, I tried not to laugh.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. And so you are in the back of this police wagon with Sayaka, formerly known as Sen. With Sayaka in the back, you both are handcuffed, and very likely your feet as well, since you're a firebender. But the two of you at least have a chance to talk as the vehicle starts up.
So you didn't want to try to drink?
Did you hear the explosion? I was trying to take care of that. I guess it was too little too late, and now we're gonna have to spend God knows how long in processing until we can get out. And that's like
Well,
being a teenager again.
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't really have time to explain. I would have if I could have. Sorry you're here with me.
All right, how long is this going to take? We have other things to do.
Oh God, have you not done this before?
No.
They can.
You're gonna have a record now.
They're gonna hold us for as long as they feel they want to, and yeah, the sooner we can get in touch with someone directly in President Moon's office, the better, because that's probably our best bet of getting out of there sometime this week. It's a holiday too, so yeah, processing's
They
gonna not
offered
be
a telephone
great.
call. Is that what we can use that for?
It is a holiday. They
yeah.
are not processing you anytime soon. Oh no.
Yeah, but do you have anybody's personal number that's gonna get us out of this? And do you expect a judge to be able to, is bail a thing? I don't know. Are you expecting a judge to be here for bail?
No, I haven't done this before. I've never even
I
been in one of these.
technically have assault on an officer, so I'm not going anywhere until I get acquitted.
I have someone that I can call, but I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah, it's not a good one. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. And I kind of look at my feet. I'm like, damn it! It didn't even work out. What was the success part of this mixed roll?
They didn't shoot you immediately.
Fair. But yeah, I kind of go quiet and just shoegaze for a bit, and yeah, unless Lily pursues more conversation, I just kind of zone out and feel bad.
Okay. Ihani, you're following some people.
I am.
Yeah. As the crowd kind of disperses, it seems like the Harmony Day Festival is not shutting down completely. but they are cordoning off a large section of the perimeter and keeping people away from this general vicinity while they conduct an investigation. Following these two, you see that they are taking a very obvious, once you know what to look for, attempt at making roundabout pathways. They're making unnecessary lefts and rights before more or less ending up not so much right back where they started, but they're deliberately avoiding going up the main thoroughfare. But you can tell that as they're moving and weaving through different little avenues of shops and stuff, they're keeping their trajectory on going towards the exit of this main road.
In that case, do you think I might be able to head them off and start heading back that way from the other direction while still wearing my mask so I can bump into them?
Certainly. Yeah. I think that's perfectly viable. Because much like with your lesson from earlier in the day, you have learned how to maneuver and weave through the crowd without making contact with them. And so while they're a little slowed down trying to work with the flow of traffic, you are the leaf on the wind, and you are not hindered by the passing of others. And so you're able to get a faster pace, and you are near the entrance shortly before they are. And as that happens, you collide into one of them.
Mm-hmm. And with that, I would like to use my other playbook move that I have. It doesn't belong to you. When you secretly pocket something owned by someone undeserving, roll with harmony. On a hit, you swipe something from them, your choice, without them noticing. You took it. On a 7 to 9, the thing you took isn't what you thought it was. The GM will tell you how. And on a miss, you grab the goods, but they notice and pursue as soon as you exit the scene.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
So
Okay.
I am gonna bump into one of them harder than necessary, and both of us are gonna tumble to the ground, and
Mhm.
I am going to try to find on their person the detonator for the explosive device, so I
Certainly.
can take that from them.
Yeah.
So let me roll with harmony. And would I have the +1 going forward from my last roll?
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. I don't think that-
didn't work.
No, that math doesn't add up.
All right,
It's-
let me
no,
try again.
It's-
on the modifier, don't put the plus. Because
Oh,
the double
that's bad.
plus
Yeah,
broke it.
that roll.
Don't even re-roll, because you have a 5, a 6, so it's at 11, 13, 14.
14,
Yeah.
nice.
You just don't need to put the plus on the number one. So full hit. Cool. I had a fun item if you had got the 7 to 9 as well, but hey, guess what? You found a detonator.
Yeah. And I'm just going to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Mask still fully on.
You need to watch
And,
where you're going.
I know, I'm just like a total Butterfinger sometimes. I don't know what I'm doing.
More like a drunk platypus bear.
Actually, I'm pretty sure my mask was the platypus bear now that you bring that up. Yeah, I mean, you see the mask.
Mm-hmm. He picks himself up and he doesn't bother to offer helping you. He's clearly annoyed.
Sorry again. And then I just turn back. I let them go and walk back with a description of the person, like keeping it fresh in my mind, so
Yeah.
I can give the description to the to Lynn.
Okay. Perfect. And evidence of intent. Cool. Where are we at time-wise? Okay, not quite there yet. So you arrive back as Sayaka and Yuka are discussing what happened.
Not Sayaka. Sayaka's in the back.
God damn it,
Please.
Sen!
Hi, that's me.
You guys have two similar names. Sen.
Mine has like 4 syllables.
It still starts with an S. And
Oh,
she
goodness.
got it in my head that it was too similar to yours yesterday, and now it's all I can think of. And I'm like, don't mess it up. It's Sayaka. And he's like, no, it's not Sayaka. Sen and Yuka are there. Whether or not you're actually taking down a statement or not is up to you. But Chief Beifong is directing the rest of the police in cordoning off the area. But you see the two of your companions are still there. Yuka has not lifted their mask up either.
Probably taking down the statement just to keep up appearances. But Yuka, so did you learn anything? I'm afraid I kind of destroyed all the evidence when I tried to.
Just remember to speak up, hun.
Did you learn anything? I kind of destroyed all the evidence when I was, getting rid of the danger.
Danger.
I didn't see anything until after it happened. What? It was a bomb?
Mm-hmm.
I found something. I pull the detonator out.
A wild Dahani has appeared.
Can I take a look at this detonator?
Can you take a look at that detonator?
Yeah, I'll hand it over.
Does it have any markings or anything on it that would distinguish it?
It would not have any distinguishing markings on it. It looks like just a very rudimentary remote hand detonator. It's got an antenna, a little flip trigger for the safety, and it's palm sized so it doesn't stick out too badly.
Handcrafted, maybe.
Yeah, very, very likely handcrafted.
This is good. Where'd you get this?
I actually heard people discussing their plans being ruined by the display that was put on in front of the stage. So I kind of just tailed them, and then they were taking a really circuitous route. And so I headed them off and bumped into them and grabbed it off of them.
Well, alright, citizen, I'm gonna need you two to come down to the station for for his official statement. Let's go. I still have the mask on.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the plan is to head down and take statements from everybody who's been involved. Probably the best outcome we could hope for, given the situation. So we fast forward with the intent of doing that, and we might as well just take an early break then, because starting it up probably would run over. So let's take 10, come back at 10 p.m., and we'll resume from there.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Yee.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
I'm back.
Welcome back, everybody. It is that time once again.
What time?
Kablam time.
A bland time.
Yep. I'll give Crib another minute. See him. As it were. Ooh, yeah, no, I was prepared to go full combat if we went that route, and I was surprisingly prepared for chaos as well, because you always need to at least anticipate chaos.
It was still kind of chaotic. Well, so far it's been a little chaotic, at least for Sayaka. Sayaka is dealing with a little bit of
The
inner ethical turmoil.
I'm speaking
She wasn't
strictly for
planning
the
on
bomb
burning
disposal.
anybody.
Yeah, but that's why consequences exist.
Yeah, fair.
It's unhandled.
I was hoping Lily would have made her way under the stage as the mixed success as I got taken away, but I'm still having fun. So
she
that's
waited
important,
to get her coffee back, so she got roped into it.
right? Priorities, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
if
successful.
you think about it, it is a Nickelodeon show,
Exactly. She is likely still away handling something. We spoke during the break, so I'm assuming if she doesn't chime in as I'm saying this, she's probably still occupied, which is fine. We come back.
It just.
to,
Sorry.
Sorry. go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say it occurred to me that I probably should have snagged one of their IDs instead, but that I completely didn't think about it in the moment.
The detonator's probably better because it at least gives you something to work with. You could have pushed your luck to also have gone for it, but that's when the dice would start failing.
Yeah. Can't push my luck too hard.
So we come back from break and we see the camera is now over the Republic City Police headquarters. We will get to Sayaka and Lily being processed, but assume that it's happening as the three of you arrive separately and not in custody, but to report on what you have found and hopefully clear up some misunderstandings or at least alleviate some of the repercussions of what would have happened once you find out. But as you arrive there, it's not quite enough time has passed for the rest of the police force doing their investigations to be back, but you are handed off to Inspector Mako, who is going to be handling because I was like shit, the other inspectors got fired at the end, so like I don't know who else is there. Technically Bolin works for the police now too, but he had the day off. I had already established that continuity. Mako, however, has no life, so he's probably working today. And so you're handed off to Inspector Mako. For all intents and purposes, he is a very tall, athletic, handsome-looking, albeit more handsome than, or probably thinks he's more handsome than he actually is, type of individual. But he is wearing the police uniform and a signature red scarf. He has the identifying features of somebody of mixed heritage between Earth Kingdom and Fire Nation, where he leans more towards his mother's Fire Nation heritage, whereas those who know him, his brother Bolin, leans more towards the Earth Kingdom physique and facial structure. But regardless of that, He's sitting at his desk, and he says, Chief Beifong phoned ahead that you all would be arriving. Officer Sen, I understand you were on the scene when this all happened.
Yeah. I've collected some reports from everybody, but yes, it seems like there was a bomb. I didn't know at first, but I just need to get rid of it really quickly.
That's understandable. Word is that you prevented a lot more collateral damage than could have been done. What else do you have for me?
Well, my associate Hani here found this, and I produced the detonator.
He looks it over.
She was able to tail two of the people who were at the rally. She could give a better description than I could.
Would you be able to give a proper description for a sketch artist?
I do believe I could. They weren't wearing masks or anything, so I got a pretty good look at them.
That makes this incredibly easy. Cocky of them did not try and hide their identity. I hear the folks that tried to assault the security team at the podium were still wearing masks at least.
Well, at least they caught those.
Don't worry, we plan to throw the book at them.
Still don't know.
Nobody has any idea. Yeah. So he says, yeah, don't worry. So it's not long before they do call the sketch artist in, and you end up seeing a young woman sit down, and she says, all right, just do your best in giving me the description of them, and I'll sketch up as fast as I can. And because this is the Avatar, and there are shows where there are references within references, the audience recognizes that this woman kind of resembles the sketch artist from the one island that does all the Avatar sketches. She looks like she could be their daughter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come on in, Hani, give us descriptions.
Well, there was a masculine presenting person and a feminine presenting person. And I just go into as much detail as I can, like shape of nose, eye color, eye shape, how gaunt or muscular each of their cheekbones and jaw structures were, their hairstyles and how they kept their hair, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as the sketch is being done, I'm just like looking at the sketch paper as it's being done, and I'm like correcting them in spots so they can like go back over and fix that.
No, bigger mustache.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
Well, we know one of them has a thicker mustache.
Yeah. Which one? We don't know. But they do. Yeah, so you are able to give a very good description, and this is a very good likeness. You'd say that this person has real talent for being able to do sketch work, which is probably why they were hired on. And so based on your description, it's very detailed, and they say, I think I got it. And they hold it up. And they say, do they look recognizable to anyone?
Do they look recognizable to anyone?
Ihani.
Would I actually know them?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ihani. Yesterday, last week, we had discussed that you had recognized a couple of people that had traversed those circles. And those that were familiar with you. The feminine presenting suspect, you do recall having participated in the Equalist movements, so it's a very logical step to assume that this is the same instance where it may very well have been that these people were tied to it, But it's also strange because there was no indication from the rally you all had infiltrated that something like this was going to be happening. Usually there's discussions about this sort of thing the day before a big attack is going to happen. But so you're not, it's not so much that you're unsure, but you recognized at least one of them.
I'm pretty sure that one was actually at the rally we attended yesterday.
And Mako, who of course is slow and not up to beat, he says, "Rally? What rally?"
Oh, we are part of a special task force, basically investigating the Equalist movement. This stays in this room, by the way. We don't want to out ourselves as this. And we actually went to an Equalist rally to try to get information about the movement. But they didn't discuss anything like this while we were there.
There's a very visible brow furrow at that, and he says, "Equalist. I thought those guys were done for. And he's still kicking around for."
Apparently they're back.
Well, I guess if this is a closed investigation, I can't include that in my report.
I want to say, like, I've been kind of like pacing back and forth thoughtfully for a moment. Do I know within the work I've done previously what kind of people or groups would have access to materials to build explosives?
Absolutely. And the thing about that is, most of the crime organizations that are kind of operating in individual gangs within the city have access to some level of incendiary or explosives. Others like to just resort in using the combustion of firebending, but explosives themselves, there are a couple of triple triad sects that prefer using explosives because it's easier than having to walk somebody into an area and start having them throw fire around. So you could probably start pulling up suspect lists with that information in mind.
Could I do a rely on skills and training to get an idea of where the area I might be able to look or
Absolutely.
search? Okay.
And my screen. Big success. Big success. On a 7 to 9, you do it imperfectly. I tell you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences. You can accept those consequences or mark more fatigue. So the unexpected consequences of this is you're going to spend a lot of time doing research to figure out which group might closely resemble the MO of what's going on. Or no, that's dumb. How would you take fatigue from that?
Work overtime.
Work overtime. Or you take fatigue by not working overtime, but you rush it. You put so much speedrunning effort into it that you are tired out. You can find the results faster, not as fast as you'd like, but it would be enough that it would wear you out a little bit.
I'm gonna hit the books and see if I can figure out who might have been who might have been setting this up. Those descriptions will really help. Yuka.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know whatever happened to Sayaka and Lily?
I was wondering the same. I thought you might know.
Well, I haven't seen Lily all day. I lost track of Sayaka once I ran into that bomb.
I will look over to the inspector. We seem to be missing 2 more of our task force, and I will describe them.
He thinks for a moment and he says, well, two of the suspects match that description. And he kind of like pauses, goes back to his notes, brow furrows again. And he says, come with me. He grabs a key ring and he walks the 3 of you down. The camera has cut to where Sayaka and Lily are now. They're in holding in a cell. It's one of those large people holding cells where there are a couple of benches to sit. There's bars, 3 walls, a small window for light to come in.
In the 45 minutes that I've been there, I fully embraced the prison life. I'm sitting there getting a stick and poke tattoo while playing craps.
Yeah, you're in the corner playing craps. There's a little man with a pencil-y long mustache who's playing a harmonica. I can't imagine what Lily's doing, but she's back, so she can tell us how she's adapting to the prison life.
I don't think she's adapting very well.
Clinging to the bars, crying about her innocence.
Yes, and begging to make her phone call.
Yeah. So the two opposite spectrums of dealing with going to prison here, and so that's when the door opens. The main guard is like, oh, thank God, finally someone's here to take them away. And he seems very relieved that you all have entered. And Mako walks up to the cell door, and he goes, is this one of yours?
What happened?
So, when you went under the stage, I got caught, and I kind of fought with the guy, and then I gave in, and then Lily came over and tried to get the guard to hold her drink, and when the guard held her drink, I flashed it in his face to try to make a break for it. Well, try to get Lily to make a break for it, and I would stay and take the blame, but by the time all that went down, the stuff at the stage went down, and we were being carted off, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to burn the guy.
Why did you assault a police officer?
I was worried about Sen's safety. I told her earlier today that I would have her back, and I didn't because I got taken away by the guard, so I commit when I make a promise. I don't know. That's all I can say.
Well, why I appreciate the effort.
Your idea of keeping her safe was getting yourself arrested?
Well, the plan was to get under there to cover her back or help her out with whatever. So what happened? I was kind of being, detained.
Arrested for your actions?
Detained. I was never arrested.
Oh, I mean, we haven't dropped the charges yet.
I was never told about charges. I thought
you assaulted an officer and permanently injured them.
So, can I speak with the officer?
No.
I just wanted to share my drink.
Mako kind of looks to...
Is this a good time to reiterate that I work directly for President Moon?
This is the first Mako is hearing about it, and he slowly raises an eyebrow.
I kind of do the puppy dog look up and oh, I know I'm in trouble. I had best interest in mind.
There was mention of a task. There was a mention of a task force, but not who directly working for. And you see him slowly turn and look at the 3 of you.
Yuka looks mentally exhausted at this point, thinking about this report
Sayaka's
she's
a
going to have to
liability,
write
oh
about.
no.
He says,
Sayaka, ixnay on the ask for stick.
I'm trying not to go to prison. Jail's hard enough.
"It's
You've been
Wait,
here for
no, just-
40 minutes.
it's strange."
Yeah.
I've won like the equivalent of 40 cents in change. Like I have dirt on my face as if I'm like ready to throw down. I don't know. I'm sitting here like blabbering like a baby, but I'm ready. I'm ready for my new life as a prison inmate.
I turn to Mako and I just say, Mako, I'll take full responsibility and write up a report. We need them to expedite our efforts.
I'll do the best I can. You know, it's funny. This all seems incredibly familiar, and he just kind of sighs and heads off. And he says, I'm gonna have to explain this to the chief."
Yeah. I'll talk to her if you need me to.
I mean, I get the feeling you're gonna have to talk to her regardless.
That's true.
He says, "I'll get all of this started." And he clearly looks like he wants nothing more to do with this, because the more he finds out, the more paperwork he's going to have to fill out. And so he is just heading off as quickly as possible. He has not given any of you a cell key, especially not Sen, who is actually a police officer here. But the five of you are reconnected here, albeit with bars between you.
Am I gonna have a record now?
Not if you didn't do anything.
I just wanted to share my drink and
Technically an accessory.
Go juice. It's made from beans.
Oh god, Varric's gonna be pissed. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Varric
bad
would be-
publicity for the new drink.
No. Varric
Now
would
we-
be pissed.
now we
That's
have-
why he's gonna make sure you guys get out.
Now we have to have special lids that prevent people from causing scalding damage to others. Special holders so that you maintain firm grips on your Go Juice cups at all times.
Like,
And little disclaimers that say warning contents may cause burns.
But here's the thing. Varric's not gonna let that ruin his thing for Go Juice. He's gonna make sure you guys get out. And then put all those disclaimers on it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I was
He's not
late.
gonna want a lawsuit about that. He'll get you out.
I may get fired after this.
I'm so sorry that I was late.
I love how everybody is just talking about all that stuff, and just you guys just like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
This is all because I was late. I'm sorry. I should not have been tired.
Stop apologizing. I'll go.
But I'm a criminal. What if I'm stuck back here for you to life?
You're not
Stuck
gonna
back
be
there
here
now,
for
but you're not
life.
the one who threw a drink in somebody else's face.
I didn't
It's
know it
not
was
gonna
that
be for
hot.
life. You'll be out soon.
Will I have to get a prison tattoo?
No.
Only if you
Only
want
if you
one,
want
I
to.
can do it.
No, I don't want one. I'm worried I'd have to get one. I never got my phone call.
Lily, I got your back, and I crack my knuckles and look at the people in the cell with like a grimace, like I kind of growl, I guess.
By the way,
it's a
in a
holiday.
cell full of people who we don't know what they're in for, maybe don't mention that we're doing things.
Yeah, you realize Mako's gonna have to make sure
we're
nobody talk
in
now.
we're in. God, I'm sorry.
Hold tight.
I'm a liability, and I kind of slunk down onto one of the metal cots.
Hold tight. I'll go speak with the chief. Yuka, would you join me for this?
So who's going to beat up the biggest baddest motherfucker in this prison cell to establish dominance? Is it going to be Lily or is it going to be Sayaka?
Sayaka's already committed to the lifestyle. She may try and fail, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Lily took down the biggest person, was suddenly the crime boss.
I
Well,
wouldn't
this is
become a
Lily's first
crime
time.
boss. So, I think Sayaka's been to jail, but never prison. And this is probably her, like, third or fourth time in the quote-unquote drunk tank. So she knows, she knows what's up, and she kind of resides within the I wouldn't say the underbelly, but she has a reputation with the down and out of Republic City, so she knows what the deal is, I guess. She has the street smarts, if that's,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if that makes sense.
I have a little ability that can get you guys out.
Is
But
it
will we break another law by
called
doing that?
expunging
No.
our records and clearing everything up and giving me the opportunity to sincerely apologize to the police officer I injured?
If I roll well, yes.
But will it increase my record? I don't want to have a.
If I roll well, you'll be fine. If I roll poorly,
You'll all end up in prison.
it changes nothing. No, if I roll poorly, then they just don't listen to me.
So it changes nothing.
Basically. It's badge of authority. I don't know. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Okay.
So I'll go through whatever proper channels I can.
Lily's sitting by the bars, like really hoping that somebody will let her out.
We're gonna probably be here overnight. It's a holiday, and they probably want to teach us a lesson.
Okay.
Oh,
I am not going to be ordering anyone above me. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna try going
that was
through
what I
proper
was waiting
channels.
for. I was gonna see who you tried to pull this on, and it was like, okay. So you say you're gonna try and pull some strings to help.
Yeah.
You head off to go do that. Give me the roll so I can kind of decide where this goes. Because you do outrank some people. You're not just a beat cop.
Let's see. Can Yuka help in any way? Give me a little bonus.
Is Yuka going to help in
Is
any
she?
way?
Is she? Help me put this record straight.
I'm going with, and once we're out of there, I'm definitely gonna say this is a mess. I mean, I guess I could try and help with what my position is in the government. I mean, I'm just a staffer,
But the two of you could definitely try and speak on the misunderstanding and the quality of these individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do
And-
absolutely nothing to help. Good luck.
And Yuka did assist with healing too, so
Mm-hmm.
you know she can help reverse the damage. I don't know.
Can
Well-
you call my families and tell them I'm not going to be home since I'm stuck in jail? I'm a criminal.
Wait, you said families with an S there, and I
feel
kind of
like
like.
this is a conversation for you two while you're sitting there.
And
Oh yeah.
and
families.
one other person. Did Ihani go with
Yeah.
the others?
Where's Ahani going?
I think I'm just gonna go with the other two instead
Okay.
of like sitting outside of a jail cell. That doesn't seem to make sense in my head.
They left
so-
us.
Can
Fair.
so do I add any forward for assistance or no?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I need to hear how they're helping you.
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I'm gonna try and use my position with the government and the task force that we're on, and try and explain it that way, since I am a government employee.
Mhm. And so we are emphasizing the task force side of this.
Yes, and that it was a misunderstanding.
Big misunderstanding.
I could leverage my position as an airbender from the temple, who are kind of peacekeepers, and say that, like, I'll take Sayaka under my wing and make sure that, like, she learns.
We're not forcibly conscripting her, but we are offering it as a work release program.
Exactly. Yeah.
And look, both Ahani and Yuka helped in the chaos, so there's a little bit there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll allow it.
All right.
Not that you needed it, but there it is. So that only happens on the 7 and 9. That only happens on a NIS. Yeah. Okay. So you go and the three of you are like, hey, you know, we're all here doing the same job. We're kind of important in our own aspects, and these two are with us, and we're taking responsibility for them, so they don't need to be punished any more than what they've already gone through, and the proper channels are going to handle things from here. We work for President Moon, etc., so forth. All of that is dropped, and the for lack of knowing what the actual term is, in this case we'll just say the bailiff or the jailer kind of looks the information over, and he says a moment, and he calls, and it seems like he's talking to Chief Beifong, and he nods and says, I just got off the phone with the chief. She was in a lengthy conversation with President Moon, who has been abreast of the situation once they had evacuated her. She has not denied their association with this task force, and therefore is taking responsibility for their misconduct. I understand that because the three of you are also a part of this task force, that they can be released into your care and closely monitored to not cause any more trouble. And he's looking directly at Sen while saying that.
I give a salute and say, yes, sir.
He hands you the key.
I go to let them out.
Sorry, just need to rub my eyes. You guys come back to the cells, and Lily, poor Lily, still did not get her phone call. But you got something better. Freedom. There was no promise of expunging this from your record. However, they did say that the necessary channels would be administering disciplinary action. So when Sen arrives with the keys, it's very clear that you guys are not being held here any longer.
Lily, we got this. We're good.
Sayaka, you might not want to celebrate yet. It looks like you're gonna have a roof over your head.
What? Huh? What?
Part of us getting you out, you're gonna have to come to Air Temple Island and have a roof over your head.
Does have a roof over my head? What?
And that means you'll probably have to
Am I
live
in
there.
indentured service now?
I mean,
Indentured
it's
service
not
is a
really
strong
indentured
word.
servitude. You might have to pick up your share of the chores.
They like to call it rehabilitation.
Rehabilitate? What do I have to be rehabilitated for?
I don't know.
Assault and
I
battery.
mean, you assaulted a police officer.
Yeah, but that was a product of the coincidence. I was being.
Look.
Okay,
Sayaka,
I
I
was
want
being.
to make a call
So
right
that
now.
officer was obstructing justice. I'm gonna countersue.
Can I make a?
To a point
Can I
that
ask
couldn't
if I
kill
can
them.
change
Alright, everybody!
something?
I open the door and I let them out, and I close the door and I lead them away. So nobody has to see this.
Now,
Sayaka-
I have a question for the DM, actually. Would it be possible for me to change my relationship, my connections, to say Sayaka frustrates me so much when they act without thinking about the consequences?
Oh, absolutely. I'm more than willing to say that those questions can evolve as we go.
I love it. Sayaka's kind. I don't know. I'm sorry. Well, Naomi's not sorry. Sayaka's sorry. I hope that I'm giving the impression that Sayaka's genuinely sorry for the circumstances,
Yeah.
although she did what she did. She doesn't regret it, but she has regret, I guess.
What are my consequences for my breaking of the law?
They didn't actually discuss what to do with Lily.
Well, Lily, you didn't break the law. I did all the wrong here. I was being escorted away by a police officer who was obstructing justice. And you kind of showed up, and I took advantage of you and your beverage to try to make a break for it, and it was a terrible idea, and I feel really bad about it, and you shouldn't really have to deal with this. It's all on me.
Lily,
Well, we work together.
Lily, speaking of which, may I have a push your luck roll, please?
Oh no. Yes, one moment, please.
Mhm.
And don't
Just
worry,
waiting for it to
Sayaka.
load.
I'll help you purchase a gift basket to make
Make it up
amends.
to this poor traumatized person.
Yes.
So I'm
We'll
just waiting
have
for this
to. We'll have to import some water from the North Pole. That way we can actually heal the burn scar.
Burns are pretty bad. I don't know that we'd be able to do anything to prevent the scarring.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
We cut to the hospital room where this man has been horribly burned, and we see the origins of Amon 2, where he says, "I was horribly scarred by a
No, you can I
by a go juice
Vendor.
by a go juice wielder."
can I replace my adversary with this police officer now? I haven't introduced my adversary. Well, I like the idea that I have, so.
Can I make roll 20 into my adversary?
Yeah, roll 20 could be your adversary. You want me to roll for you?
No, I did roll it. It failed.
Oh.
That's why it's my adversary. I hate
Oh,
it.
gotcha. Okay. Don't worry about that roll. There's no negative repercussions. It was just to see if the coffee ever arrived on your way out. It did not. Yeah, if there was a success, they would have shown up with your coffee as you requested, but no coffee arrives.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
But will I have to move to the air temple as well? I don't belong at the air temple.
There was no discussion of what to do with her.
Yeah, no, we didn't. They didn't seem very concerned with your part in it, from what I could tell. They were more concerned about this one.
But we never got to share my drink.
Look,
Well, we're heading out.
You
We
guys-
can get you a new one.
You guys do whatever you need to.
I am so defeated. I'm like, well, I guess I have. Can I just go home? On Air Temple Island, and I roll my eyes, and I'm like, I need to process. I know I did a bad. You guys are making it abundantly clear, but I need to kind of spend some time with myself on this.
Do you need a hug?
There'll be plenty of time
I
to be by yourself.
appreciate it,
in
but I'd
meditation.
like to not be touched right now, if you don't mind.
All right.
Alright. You guys do what you need to do. I'm gonna stay and... I've got some work to do to dig up some information. Possible leads.
I have a question. Will this be on records?
Sen, you know it's very likely.
Very likely.
All right. I need to inform my family.
Family
And I
or
need to talk to
families.
Tenzin.
I have to try and write a report that's going to save my job for the rest of the evening.
Everybody has something busy to do.
Yeah. So we'll go to first to Air Temple Island. We cut the scene. Does everybody go with them to get Sayaka situated at Air Temple Island, or do we split up? Just so I understand who's where.
I already made my role to do the digging,
Mhm.
so she's staying.
That's
with
what I
her.
imagine you'll be doing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it out loud, but I am pretty upset with the Sayaka, so I don't think I'm going to go to Air Temple.
Okay.
I'm also pretty upset with Sayaka, but I'm not.
Sayaka's upset with Sayaka too,
Sayaka's
so
upset
it's
with
okay.
Sayaka.
Sayaka
Okay.
understands, but yeah.
Do you
I don't
guys?
belong there, but I would try to help because I don't want anybody to be alone.
Okay. With that being said, then, 1, 2, 3. The three of you head to Air Temple Island, taking the ferry to get there. When you arrive, you are greeted by Tenzin and Boomy, who have arrived at the docks, being also notified of what happened today.
Mhm.
And so Boomy takes a more backseat role in this, as Tenzin is the leader of the Air Nomads. And he steps up and he says, Ihani, I heard ahead from Chief Beifong what was going on, and he kind of looks over you towards Sayaka. He says, this is the spirited one, is it?
Yeah, this is the spirited one. Let's call it that.
Well, young lady, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, albeit the circumstances as they are.
My head is hung low, and I stick out my hand to shake, trying to give a dead fish if Tenzin takes it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wish we were meeting under better circumstances.
Life isn't always about the best circumstances, but adapting to them. And he kind of looks at the hand gesture and imitates the shake, as it seems very strange to him, but he takes a very flexible approach to things now. And so he says, I just want you to understand that this is an agreement that has been reached instead of jail time or serving a longer sentence that doesn't really benefit anyone here at Republic City. For the next couple of weeks, you'll...
I appreciate you taking me in, no matter how much of a nuisance I am.
just kind of...
I do want to say her heart was in the right place. I just don't think she thought about the consequences of her actions before she took them.
We know many a person whose heart is in the right place when they take rash actions. That is why we are hoping to teach you temperance here. The best of intentions often lead to the worst results when not performed with a bit of restraint.
Understand. Is there a room ready for me? I would like to be alone.
We'll get to that. For now, we have to prepare dinner. And there was a large emphasis on we.
Okay, show me to the kitchen.
And that's when Boomy steps forward. He says, "Oh, you're gonna love it here, kid! The Air Temple Island is great. Yeah, all the mung beans you could eat."
Mung beans. Okay. Sorry, what was your name again? Sorry, I'm not exactly excited about what's going on.
Boomy, I'm the forgotten brother of Avatar Aang. Son. Son!
Well, it's nice to meet you too, Boomy, and kind of does a half bow and sticks out her hand, dead fish face again.
You don't need to bow to me. I'm not a general anymore. I'm just a regular airbender. And he does the thing and the little beads start to spin. He says, "See?" He makes the Aang face. Like, are you impressed?
So with that, I don't exactly snap out of my funk, but I let out like an uncontrolled and a slight smile hits my face.
There it is. We'll get you back right as rain in no time.
Sayaka, I do think you're gonna like it here. The people here are all really great. We all care about each other. It's a very good community.
I'm sure it is. Just feel, I don't know, consequences, right? And I kind of do a shrug and go towards the kitchen with Tenzin.
If I had a nickel for every time consequences reared its ugly head, or whatever the equivalent of a nickel is here, a point remains.
A cabbage coin.
If I had a cabbage coin for every time a consequence reared its head.
Somewhere in this game now, someone's gonna drop a nickel and be like, "My cabbage coin!"
My cabbage. Yeah, they lose a bag of coins and they just go, "My cabbages." I like it. It's canon now. Oh my god, it's so warm in here. Maybe that'll help. Okay, sorry. I'm just uncomfortably warm. We are not quite at the stop, but we are getting close. I need to cover more things. That is where we kind of leave y'all as you guys go. And Sayaka, you are given time to, or shown to a room where you can meditate to yourself. One of the luxuries here is that they built enough space for the influx of people, and most accommodations are barrack-style communal living bunks, but they made an exception for you because you are here not by choice, and they can also lock your door from the other side if need be. But air nomads are all about freedom, so they would never actually do that. But, sometimes they do, if they need to. As we pull the camera away, we see Yuka arriving at a residence that's not theirs. Yuka had planned to stop by this house well before the incidents of the day had turned things around. Maybe even had planned to go see the Harmony Day brain fart. Pro-bending, that's the word. The day's pro-bending match that would have taken place. It was the celebratory match between I just closed the name generator, Unless you have a name for the team already in mind.
I do not, no.
Okay, I'm gonna throw two animals together and make a team name. That's how it works. So we had the match between the gorilla rhinos and the.
Oh my god, that would be a terrifying creature.
I know.
Of unsurmountable strength. That would be a force of nature.
Yeah. Gorilla rhinos versus the chameleon eagles. Oh, I love it.
You never see them coming.
You never see them coming. Yes.
Which team am I rooting for?
I will let you choose.
And to be fair, gorilla rhinos are actually very gentle creatures, just very big.
They will ruin your day if you tempt them. Neon eagles. Okay, there we go. It's canon now. Which one did you want to root for?
The chameleon eagles.
All right, that sounds more up their alley, anyways. So you arrive at this residence. It's a more high-end luxury apartment, kind of like your own. Not surprisingly, not too far from where you live either. Maybe that was luck or just happenstance. That you guys weren't so far from one another. But you have a key, and you let yourself in, and you hear the radio is playing, and from the bathroom, a feminine voice calls out, and she says, "Well, it took you long enough. You missed the match."
Sorry, we're at the police station. It's been a day.
And she kind of... the camera reveals a woman who walks out of the bathroom. She is currently wrapped up in some robes and drying her hair from having had a shower. The match had ended not too long ago, and she wrapped up everything she needed to do. But we end up seeing a Fire Nation woman, and I'm trying to get back to you where our picture is. There we go. It's a Fire Nation woman. She would be the firebending team member. I don't know what their positions are called. So she is the firebender on the team of the Chameleon Eagles. And I'm going to 50-50 this if she's the captain as well, because that would make her even cooler. Yeah, she's also the team captain, because of course she is. She has long, dark hair, pale skin, violet eyes, and seems to lean towards the very traditional Fire Nation clothing when she's not, coming fresh out of a bath. But she walks over and she wraps her arms around Yuka and places a kiss on her lips, and she says, getting those reserved seats is very difficult. And she just kind of smiles. But when you mention the police station, her look changes to worry, and she says, "Oh no, were you at the festival when that happened? Are you hurt?"
No, I'm not hurt. Yeah, we were there.
They
Stuff happened. We had to give statements.
they
I have a lot of work.
They said two masked individuals tried to assault President Moon, and a heroic security guard jumped in the way of the acid they threw at her.
Oh god, no!
The acid.
I just love how this story is spiraling out of control.
That's just how it goes, though.
There's some
Look,
for me
to be honest, to be fair though, Sayaka has the perfect end with the Equalist now.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody's gonna remember her.
as
Like
a would-be
perfect-
assassin.
Perfect
This would-be
infiltration.
assassin.
There's a lot of misinformation going around. It's being resolved. I'm really sorry I missed the match, though.
That's all right. We won though. Crushed them in the second round.
Great. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Thankfully, things have gotten so much easier since the fire ferrets are out.
We have something else to talk about then. And I'm gonna step away. I'm gonna just hand her the letter from my parents.
Yeah, and you hand her this letter, and she thinks for a moment, and she starts, and then she says, "Oh, I'm gonna need to sit down for this," and she moves to the couch, and she sits, and she looks at the letter, and where it looks like she had planned on expecting the evening to be nice and relaxing, her expression becomes more... It's very obvious that she's trying to process what she's reading, and she says, "Well, you warned me about this, but for some reason I didn't think it was going to actually happen."
I had hoped it wouldn't. Just have to figure out how to talk to them.
I imagine so. When are you planning to tell them about us?
I guess soon. I mean, no matter what I tell them, they're gonna come visit, like they said, in a couple weeks. They're too stubborn not to, so I guess then conversation that'll be better in person than through a letter.
And she kind of flips through the letter, and then she sees the picture, and she looks at the picture for a moment, kind of cants her head, and, well, if nothing else, at least he's handsome.
Very funny.
And she hands the letter and the picture back. I don't know, maybe you could make a nice trophy wife.
That's not what I want.
No. I'm just lashing out, I'm sorry.
I understand. The parents they're stuck in their ways. But I'll figure this out somehow. Hopefully without me off or whatever.
Yuka, we can figure this out together. You don't have to figure it out on your own.
You've never met them. They are a lot.
Isn't there anything your aunt could do?
Possibly. I'm gonna try and see if she can be there when I meet with them. I'm gonna tell her about us before then.
For the sake of brevity, does your aunt know?
Maybe vaguely.
There is vague suspicion that she might also lean the same way. She is the single income aunt after all. She's managed to avoid commitment by claiming that her work keeps her busy. But she has had various secretaries, both of the himbo and bimbo variety, throughout the years. So it's kind of hard to tell. We'll leave it ambiguous until the time is right. But Avatar is notorious for gay aunts, so we'll see what happens.
Just hoping I would have more time, or they wouldn't do this. So I told them I didn't want them to do this, and I just It's on top of everything else that happened today. It's the day.
It's been a day. If nothing else, we have time to prepare. She just reaches out and wraps an arm around Yuka to pull her in.
Yuka just sits there quietly for a while.
That's probably the moment the camera pulls back and we cut to Lily, having been dropped off. Which address do you give them, Lily?
I give the secret address.
Give the secret home. Through the secret tunnel. Sorry. You're given the home, the secret address. I don't believe I got details of your secret wife. So when you enter the home, tell us what your secret wife looks like.
She is an average size woman with darker skin and like long dark hair, and I'm gonna say she's not Fire Tribe.
Mm.
She's another tribe that I totally know.
You affiliated with the Earth Nation or Earth Kingdom?
Yes,
Okay.
and that it's a very nice little kind of like almost cottage type. It seems very peaceful, and her wife is sitting there looking a little bit worried, I think.
I would imagine so. There was news of an attack today during the Harmony Festival, and you may have mentioned having gone that way today.
Yes. And Lily's also hoping that since they have the secret address, they don't go to her real address.
Yeah, there's probably going to be some follow-up questions, and they don't go to your family.
Please don't. But Lily will walk in and just say, "I was arrested. I'm a criminal now. I'm sorry."
It's just too adorable. You're. And I'm just gonna keep referring to her as secret wife until we establish a name.
It's Naya.
Naya.
Sorry.
Yeah. Your secret wife, Naya. Naya, is dressed because the way this show works, the identifiers for which of the four groups you come from is color themed. So she has very earth tones in her outfits. Very cottagecore, since she lives in this cottage outside of the city. But she is up, and she's like, "What? Hold on. Start over, and please start from the beginning. Just take a deep breath, collect your thoughts, and tell me what happened."
Okay, I had to go back home, and I had to get out of my grandfather and having me catalog a turtle claw. So I went to get some go juice.
Darling,
And
I love you, but not that far back.
oh, okay. Well, I went to get the go juice.
Uh-huh.
30 minutes later.
Yeah. Oh, we lost you.
Am I here?
Yeah, can hear you now.
Okay. It's I want to share it. I was going to share it, and suddenly my coworker ripped it from my hands and it spilled, and it was a terrible accident, and we were arrested because they said we assaulted an officer. And I was behind bars and I couldn't call anybody. And I
Yeah.
almost got a tattoo.
At the mention of almost got a tattoo, I think the camera briefly cuts to Sayaka. What did the the needlepoint tattoo look like?
Hmm.
I was just reminded of that awesomeness, and I want to know now.
It's like a stick figure of Korra, Earth. Like, I don't know. You can't tell that it's Korra, but it's.
They definitely
attempt.
told you it was Korra.
Yeah, that's what they said. It looks really bad, and it's on my like directly above my left knee.
Oh, excuse me.
Lily points to her arms. Like, I was going to get it here, and it was going to have your name and a heart on it.
That's surprisingly romantic, but still very concerning.
Yes, I have a record now, and I came here.
Okay, well, good thing I'm not doing any illegal activities today. And she kind of smiles because it's a joke, and she hopes that Lily takes it as a joke. But she walks over and she checks and looks you over for a moment. She says, "You don't look hurt." And I suppose if they didn't keep you in prison, that's good.
No, my co-workers helped me get out, but I didn't get my drink.
Okay, I can make some tea. I don't actually know what go juice is.
We have to go sometime and get one.
She kind of like looks at the timepiece that sits on a nearby table, and she says, "It's not too late if we want to go now."
Yes, but just we can't go by my families because I'm supposed to be working, but
Oh, right.
I didn't want to. But I'm upset about getting arrested and being a criminal.
Whatever you think is best.
Let's go to the town and let's not get arrested. I don't want. But will we go to jail together?
I have no desire to go to jail. But yes, probably. We'll be the baddest mothers in the whole cell block. We'll rule the place. And she just kind of hugs you.
So that gives a smile out of Lily.
Yeah. And so the two of you head off to the one and only Varick Industries Go Juice. I want to say brew house, but I want a better word for it. Something
Mixed
very
Distillery.
something Varicky.
Mixed market.
Mixed Market Distillery. I'm going to combine the two. The Varick Industries Mixed Market Distillery. And there is a line that is wrapped around the corner for people who want to try this Go Juice while it is still in stock. Lily, you are aware that this line also was roughly this long when you went to get the Go Juice this morning. And so you are aware of how long it's potentially going to take if they don't run out of stock.
This line is going to take quite a while. We might not be able to get it today.
That's all right. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm sorry that you have to live outside of the town.
I don't have to live outside of the town. I choose to live outside of the town.
Perhaps I should stay there just in case.
Your family would be worried.
I know they need me to do my cataloging work.
I know. Who else is going to catalog all of those? What did you say it was? A hippo turtle claw?
Yes, turtle claws. I told my grandfather that my brother wanted to do it, but that's not going to last very long.
No, I imagine it wouldn't.
Well, I don't want to say goodbye.
Not until we have your Go Juice.
All right. And once I get my brother to take over, I will just not do that work anymore. except for when I do it at work because it is my job.
Don't forget, Lily, that family is important. You don't want to turn your back on them.
No, I don't. I just wish they weren't so busy right now.
They're doing important work. And perhaps they feel that the time they're spending doing this work with you is the equivalent of spending time with you.
And like literally just make sure that they're not there, which they probably aren't, but she double checks.
Roll to push your luck for me,
Okay.
because I like having this roll from you.
Well, roll
E-
20's gonna love me this time, isn't it?
Yeah. Anytime somebody says, I certainly hope that X isn't Y, I'm just going to have a push the luck roll just to see if it actually is happening.
Okay,
So just
never
don't feel
say
like
that
I'm
again.
Yeah, just don't feel like I'm picking on you. This is an open disclaimer that if you
I got
if you
an
give me
8.
fuel, okay. Yeah. So Lily says, I certainly hope none of them are there, like or kind of like thinks it, and we have this camera moment of it's lucky that Lily's wife is the one who's facing the street, because at that moment her brother is walking by sipping some go juice and is completely oblivious of the fact that his sister is standing in line with a secret wife. But they just both parties completely miss each other and are not aware of the other's passing. Which, if you had failed, it would have been the Umbrella Academy moment where you two just look at each other as they slowly pass by. But we didn't have that, so they are not aware of this, but they did get their go juice, so
That's not fair.
you're not aware of it, even if it's not
It's
fair.
still not fair.
Yes, and thank you, Anna, for posting it. I was going to post that after the reveal. I didn't want to do it early. She also has her go juice. She made tea, though. Yeah.
Nobody gets old juice but me. This is terrible.
You're gonna get it, probably. You could camp out for the night and be ready for the morning stock.
Just never going to get my gold juice. This is going to be a thing.
It's
I'm
gonna
like
be-
going to sob about
It's
it.
gonna be the running thing now. I'm calling it. All right. Yeah. So we cut the camera away from the two of them standing in line and just being very lovey-dovey as the attempts to get go juice happens, and then we cut the camera to Sen, who has been waiting very patiently. Sen, you are in the police station digging through the archives to try and figure out some information about what crime organization could be potentially doing this. And I'm going to close down all of these cheat sheets because we are not getting into combat in the last 30 minutes.
You never know, we might.
You never know, we might. So you're digging, and I'm just going to go ahead and not make you do another roll because you had one that determines that you're going to be there for a long time today.
Yeah, Sen doesn't have a secret wife like half the party
half
does.
half the group with secret relationships. We're gonna find out that Ahani and Sayaka have just been married this whole time, and it was just a plan to get them there. It's like, nah, you frustrate me, but I love you. It's like, no. And so I'm not gonna use the triple threats, but I want another fun triad name. Triple threats are played out. Although Lightning Bolt Zolt is a really good name. Not gonna lie. That man had style.
And then he didn't.
And then he didn't. Organized crime. Okay.
He was introduced and summarily defeated.
Ha, there's a guy named Gombo. Creeping Crystal Triad is a good name, too. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna throw some information or names together and then slap Triad at the end of it, just like everybody else does. Sokka attack name generator Triads. No, that doesn't work. Okay. Cool. I actually like that. So, you do some digging, and after a while, you end up finding out that this particular group that may be a suspect, and with the sketch information that you have, you start digging through looking for that person and information on crime organizations that fit the description, and you end up finding that there is a group. I just closed Roll20. Awesome. There is a group called the Black Pillow Triads, and it's an all feminine triad gang that does deal with subterfuge, espionage, and other questionable things. They use their feminine wiles to extort and get information from people, but they also have been known to use explosives when needed, and you are able to confirm that this individual is also a part of this Black Pillow Triad gang, and their name is Ihani. Would you say they were a Water Tribe, Earth Kingdom, or Fire Nation individual?
Just because I haven't seen a Water Tribe gang leader, I would like that.
Alrighty.
There was one. His name was, he was a spoof off of Al Capone.
I don't remember.
That was the dad of the Bloodbender.
Yeah.
He was a crime leader too. So
Oh, I forgot about that. Still.
Okay. So, this woman's name is Toya. Toyah. Toya of the Black Pillow Triads. And I'm also going to write this down so I don't lose it.
I'm actually taking notes this time.
Notes! Hooray! Toya. Black Pillow Triads. Okay, cool. We have a crime organization and a member of it. Toya is not a bender, but she is from the... she would be from the Southern Water Tribe, and had migrated up to Republic City probably 5 years ago, and had fallen in with the gang since. She does have a very extensive record that kind of has her on parole as of a year ago. And if you have enough evidence, it's going to be very bad for her if you are able to bring her up on charges, because, you know, all of this stuff that has come to light.
So I'm probably like sitting there as I'm going through this paperwork and all these records and going through them, and just to help me concentrate, I'm going secret tunnel under the mountain. What's the next line?
And
die. Oh, got something. Is there? I think she looks at this and is like, do I pay them a visit, and then just kind of like looks at the badger mole mask she still has.
Oh no. Are we going to leave this cliffhanger with the decision for vigilante street justice?
Maybe.
I like it. But that being said, this is where we're going to wrap up because we have closeout stuff, which we are going to. No, I'll just do Lily's twice over because we didn't do hers at the start for the first session. But this is us. We'll do our questions, then we'll do our outros, and then we'll call it a night. So, running. Lily, each of your playbooks, everybody's playbook has a growth question, so if you can find that and have it ready when we get to you. Bookmarks, where is my growth questions? Advancements, there we go. Okay. Alright. So, hi, Sayaka, how you doing?
I'm good. Well, Sayaka's not, but Naomi is.
Naomi is. That's what's really important. Characters can suffer, players shouldn't. So, did Sayaka learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yeah, actions have consequences.
Motherfucking consequences. Yeah, okay. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
No, I created one. I became one.
You became.
I am the problem.
I am the
problem.
Okay. So we can put a no on that one. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
No.
Okay. And then your archetype question.
No, I did not, because we didn't meet my adversary. Though they could have been in prison, but that would have been funny.
That would have been a
Or
good
they could have been like, a bounty hunter, and they could have been at the police station, because they're technically my debt collector.
I have a better idea for this. Send me their details for next week. We're gonna make sure they show up.
Yeah, I'll make sure I get you more, because honestly, I didn't really put together a ton yet, but yeah, I can get something together for you.
No worries. Our next person would be Yuka. Hi, Yuka. How you doing? How's Yuka doing?
Oh, she's not in a good place. Today was... I mean, she thought the letter from her parents was going to be the worst part of the day, and then it just kept getting worse.
Yeah, not a good day. But you know
I
what?
think the letter from her parents is still the worst.
Yeah.
Well, she might not have I was like, she might not have a job tomorrow. It's still pretty bad.
At least I have a wealthy girlfriend.
It's true. You got a wealthy girlfriend who's comforting you at the moment. So, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Well, I learned that the Equalists are willing to blow up the president, which is much more than we thought. Yeah, and how possibly fleeting my job situation is. So a few things.
Yeah. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Technically.
Did I technically?
Those of you who didn't get arrested, we're all working together, so...
It's true. I'll take it. I was there.
Yeah, you helped. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
So you didn't have me move my balance, but I am wondering if I should move my balance towards progress away from tradition, because
I'll allow it.
Conversation with Toma about rejecting my parents.
Yeah, I think so. Works for me. Yeah, I gotta get better on shifting everybody's balances around because I'm not doing it at all for these first 3 episodes, and then all of a sudden we'll be on episode 5, and then everybody's going to be unbalanced. Just completely horrible.
Well, then my balance is shifted, so the answer to that question is no.
Okay. And then your personal question.
Did you learn something meaningful or important about your lineage, its members, or its effects on the world and others? I
Don't think so today.
did.
Nope. Nah, probably not this session. Okay.
No, that was the last session, right?
Yeah. She doesn't know anything about this water tribe suspect, so no revealing information anyways. Might be able to use that next week if Sen shares it. Speaking of moving on to the next person, it's not Sen, but it's Ihani. Alright.
Yes.
Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
Yeah, I definitely learned that the Equalists are willing to bomb people.
And use triads to help them. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fair. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Technically, according to what you said, yes.
You helped, so it's there. Okay. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
I did end the session at my center, yes.
And I feel like even if it didn't actually pan out, taking Sayaka to the air temple might be helping them towards their center or towards balance.
Probably.
Gotta balance out that crazy. Okay, and then your personal question.
Did I improve the lives of a community of average citizens? I mean, I did help with crowd dispersal, if that would count.
You kept them out of danger, so I'm willing to say yes. Good progress
And-
today.
Yeah, I get another advancement right after I took one.
Sometimes it be that way. Sayaka,
Yes.
did you learn something challenging, exciting, or
We
complicated?
already did me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Sen. Hi. Other ass person. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or new about the world?
Haha, did I?
Did
yes,
you?
I did. Searching the records and finding out about what was it? Velvet Pillow, Black Pillow triad.
Thought you took notes. Take your point
Black
away.
Pillow triad.
Yep. Black Pillow Triads. Woo.
The Black Pillow Princesses?
The Black Pillow Princesses. Yeah, I feel like the head of the family is the Pillow Princess for sure. So yeah, you learned about this crime organization that's connected to what's going on here. Hey, no-brainer question: did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, you almost got blown up for it.
I did.
You did. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center?
Well, I ended the session at my center. I feel like I'm getting pretty good at balancing.
Oh, just wait until I actually figure out how that mechanic works, and then, like I said, everybody's going to be off kilter.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, and then your personal question, please.
My personal question. Where is it? It's down here. Did you seek support or guidance from others? I mean,
You really didn't have a secret wife to go to.
no, I didn't. I mean, there was Chief Beifong, but I
Is
I
Chief
didn't-
Beifong your secret wife, and we don't know
I
about
hope
it?
so. I really hope so.
Sounds hot.
the credits end, and we see like Sen still in the office burning the midnight oil, and then Chief Beifong's door opens and she's like, "In my office, 5 minutes." And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
yeah, we'll just say that that's what's going on. A lot of metal bending. Don't worry about it.
That's right.
personal question.
As much as I'd like to, I don't think I officially got that one.
Okie day. And hey, Lily, we got 2 rounds of questions for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't do it for the first episode. Thinking back to the first episode during the rally, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world?
I'm trying to think, if that was her first rally or not.
Could be. There were a number of things learned that day, including the existence of that horrible monstrosity.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What happened to those spider pup?
That's a great question. We were hoping you'd tell us.
I forgot about it until now.
Shay was hoping that was the case, and I reminded you.
It's not.
It lives at the cottage now.
Yeah, I think it was at the cottage
Your secret wife is so pleased by this.
in the backyard.
Yeah, it lives outside. Okay. During the first session, did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
Did we stop the danger? Did we stop something in the first session?
You guys really upset the rally people, and they left.
Oh.
Which I guess everybody did technically claim as a point that first session, because they were like, yeah, we messed up this rally, fuck those people.
Yeah, we stopped it.
Okay, I'll allow it. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center for the first episode?
I think I was at my center for the first episode.
Alrighty. And then we're just going to go back to the top for this session. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world today?
Jail.
You learned about jail. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
I don't think I did, unless getting my coffee thrown at somebody.
No, that man was not a threat. He was doing his job. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center tonight? I heard a static.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking. I don't think she was at her center tonight after that, getting arrested and committing a crime.
Okay. And then for session 1, what is your archetype question?
That's the end of session move, correct?
Is it? Anybody?
It'll be your playbook growth.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It says end of session move. At the end of each session, answer these questions along with your standard growth questions.
Oh, then yes.
Okay, it's 2 actually. It's did I generally uphold my responsibilities, and did I generally maintain my prohibitions? And my responsibilities are protecting constructed sacred sites, overthrowing tyrants, and safekeeping records from destruction.
Is it 2 separate ones or 2 lumped into one?
It's 2 questions into one.
Okay, so as long as you meet one of those.
Right.
Well, I feel like, you didn't necessarily overthrow a tyrant, because that's kind of hard to do on a session-by-session basis. During that first episode, you guys definitely did stomp some very dangerous ideologies from being spread as a group. So I'll allow that one for the first session. How about today?
Okay.
Did you do any of that? Disappointing grandpa may not qualify.
No, because I also have prohibitions that I have 3 of those as well.
Yeah.
Which is I don't think I did any of the responsibilities today. I was very irresponsible.
Yeah, just a little. And Grandpa is disappointed. There was the little text message that said Grandpa will remember this.
So, okay, let me look at the second one. It's never refuse an honest request for help, never seek fame or glory, never force your will upon another. I don't think I did any of those things.
You didn't force your will upon anybody, but your go juice was definitely forced.
But I didn't do it.
No, but it was yours. No,
Okay.
so we'll just say no for today. I think was the conclusion there. With
Okay, so I have to shift my balance for the first session towards roll,
okay,
and the second session, I guess I didn't really do anything, right?
yeah, we had you out that session. So it was just for the first session and today.
And today I didn't do any of my things.
Okay.
So I shift towards freedom, so I'm center again.
Oh, cool. Then take the point for being balanced. That being said, our questions are done. So we'll go back to the top for outros, starting with Mimi.
Hi, I'm Mimi. I'm not really doing nothing right now, but if you want, you can follow me on Twitter, where I post mostly unhinged nonsense. It's at Mimi or me m. Wow. Try this again. At ME_MIMI10. There we go. I did it.
That was also a casting call.
Yeah. There is. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I am going to be potentially running a streamed Worlds Without Numbers, which is a fantasy spin-off of Stars Without Number game here on Tuesday nights, we said?
Yeah, I think you wanted Tuesday nights.
Yeah, so we're looking for 2 to 3 players, because I'm expecting Rin and probably Shay already, so I want 4 to 5 most. And yeah, there's more information in the tweet that is pinned to my profile that gives what themes and topics I want to explore, but ultimately it should be a pretty good time. But yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Down to Anna.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer and podcaster. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bunny. As far as where to see me streaming, if you missed our finale of Neon Revolutions, our Thirsty Sword Lesbians game, over on Weave the Tale, you can catch all of that on demand. It was an amazing game, and the finale is definitely worth watching that series, so check that out. Tomorrow night, you can find me over on The Lost Caravan playing level 25E for a candy-themed one-shot. We're running with Dido as the GM. I believe it's our first time GMing on stream, so that should be a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing a level 20 Moon Druid with a little bit of a secret that we may or may not find out about during the stream.
I tried to get in on that game twice now.
Why? Yeah, well, I was gonna say, why is your gnome not in this?
Because I couldn't get in. I didn't get into this game either time. When I found out the person dropped, I was like, me, and they were like, it's already filled. It's like, okay,
No.
that's all right.
The glories of Candymancy.
Friday night, you can find me over on TTRPG playing our Haunted West actual play. If you love supernatural horror and a reimagined Wild West, if Reconstruction had actually been successful, that's a lot of fun. Our first episode had demons and ghosts and super sad backstories all wrapped into one. Our unofficial tagline for the show is "Everyone is hot and it will make you cry." But the first episode is available on demand. Episode 2 is this Friday, and I play a woman who is far too familiar with demons for her own good, and is running from the consequences of her actions. Fun time, always fun time. Sunday, you can find me over on Thorny Dryad's channel with our ongoing Masks campaign, You Force Inheritance. I play a protege over there with far too much responsibility for the team. The episode this week is going to have, I think, a lot of fun things happen. If you enjoy angsty teens and possible romance popping up, you may want to check it out this weekend. Every third Thursday, so next Thursday, you can find me on Ballad of the Seven Dice for Timeless Journey, our review Tama game. And of course, if sci-fi or podcasts are more your thing, or if you just really love giant mech battles, You can find me in Response Team Omnicron, a Lancer actual play podcast following the PR team who unexpectedly ends up on the front lines. We have Sci-Fi Fields, Narrative First Met Combat, roleplay focused characters. Our most recent episode just went up this evening, so if you are keeping up with us, check that out. We are very close to 3,000 downloads, which we're very excited about. We have a few things planned, including our first blooper reel that I've put together that is amazing. So lots of time still to catch up on that. You can find us anywhere you normally get your podcast, and on Twitter at RTOmicron. The best place to see where and when I'm streaming, including upcoming projects that are still unannounced. Give me a follow on Twitter.
Awesome. A lot of stuff. A lot of good stuff. Jumping on up to Sin.
Hey y'all, I'm Crimson Galaxy, that's KRIMSIN, because I'm not me without a little bit of sin. You can find me on Twitter at sin_gal, where mostly I just post about the games I'm in. Sometimes I take it to the heavier places of life, but that's pretty rare. As far as places that you can find me, this week's actually a little bit of a slow one for me. I just have my main games that I'm in, so this Wednesday is actually the season finale of our show Isekai University over on twitch.tv/Veldrin, where it's going to be incredibly high-level combat and lots of narrative goodness. This campaign has been very roleplay focused, and it's been a really, really fun, good time. You should check it out. On Saturday, you can find me back playing The Curse of Strahd over on twitch.tv/fantasygrounds, where I'm playing a little bit of a rebellious Tabaxi fighter, and honestly, they just are getting impatient and want to fight a specific vampire. On Sunday, you can find me back playing Call of the Netherdeep over on Fool's Moon Entertainment, where I am playing Button Balance, a little goblin wizard who has been through a lot and is kind of out of patience, and they're fun, but not a great person yet. I built them with a flaw, let's say. And then Monday, you can find me back here being Ahani on Avatar Legends. Or Greetings from Republic City.
Excellent. Dropping down to Shay.
Hello everybody, I'm Shay, or Shay the Fae on Twitch and Twitter. I normally stream art stuff, and I aim to get back to that, perhaps with an upcoming birthday stream. We can hit. I need to get with check in on players and see when they're ready, so I can actually start streaming stuff, games, on my channel and this channel. Otherwise, you can catch me here on Free White Games, where I will be in pretty much most of the games. I'm running one of them, playing in most of them. Yeah.
Last but certainly not least on the player list, Johnny.
Hi, I am JaniePot7575 on Twitter, and I'm not in a lot, but I can never remember what I'm in, so I'm just going to say there's 5 wonderful people also here. Just make sure you follow their stuff, and just have a great week. And Thursday's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy early birthday. My birthday's in
that's
2
it.
Sundays. Yeah, cool. Hi everyone, I'm Rin. I'm the storyteller, the person who's keeping this wonderful mess of a game together and running. Actually, y'all are the ones keeping it together. I'm just the one stringing us along into the wacky situations we get into. You can catch us here on Party Wipe Games most days of the week, or this coming Friday, I will be playing over on the Lost Caravan doing my Things from the Flood campaign, which is titled Party Hard, where a bunch of teens have discovered a partying robot that wants to experience the joys of life before it has a gut-wrenching death. So we're going to see what happens there. The aforementioned Dido is on my casting group. And there's a few other people. Y'all know Dido from her work here on this channel, as well as the Lost Caravan as well. So there are some other good people who are going to be there. Spencer Diva is also going to be there, or DVA. I always say Diva because of Overwatch, and I'm not sure if it's correct, but whatever, it's fine. He's there as well. No game tomorrow currently until the casting call is filled for Worlds Without Numbers. Wednesday, there is nothing going on until Shay gets her stuff started. Thursdays is the aforementioned Wild Beyond the Witchlight game. Fridays, I already talked about. Saturday, we play Rime of the Frost Maiden, and we're excited to get back to that since my work vacation and double shifts for an entire week has no longer drained my soul and energy. Sundays we play Starfinder, and it's a good time. So that's all the stuff we do through here. That's us for tonight, and I'm going to see if there is anyone for us to raid. Which Lost Caravan might be on right now. Diesel Shot, Level 1 Geek, Lollygaggers. What's Lollygaggers playing? I haven't raided them in a while. Death in Space, a one-shot. Well, I'm all for death and I'm all for space. Oh, I guess I should also mention I will be in the Alien RPG one-shot. I thought about doing a pilot in honor of Anna, but I'm actually going to be a scientist who is incredibly unhelpful and detrimental to the entire party because they want to touch everything.
So you're basically playing my character.
But not a botanist. They're a xenobiologist. But yeah, same energy actually.
Sounds like a character I played in a one-shot of that game.
Yeah, I've played this character before on Little Red Dots, and they almost survived, but they wanted to see what the xenomorph could do in action, and they had attempted to shut a door on another player, the Corpo, and the Corpo managed to succeed on their roll, and whatever happened in the sequence of events, she ended up getting stuck in the room with the xenomorph instead, and their last words were basically worth it. Yeah, so there you go.
I have to tell you about the
Nice.
other alien game I did.
Oh, you did another
Yeah.
one besides ours? That's awesome.
Yeah, I did. It just ended it. I had a nice ending.
Nice.
When I played a one-shot of Mothership, I was a scientist who ended up surviving, but I made sure to bring lots of samples that could potentially grow when we left. So, that's always fun.
I enjoyed Mothership. The